Okay, we've talked about different elements going into a room. Now let's talk about placing these elements within the room. Now what I've drawn out is a 12 by 10 bedroom, and I've used the Visio program to draw on this. So we've talked about placing furniture in a bedroom, and of course we know that we want to place the bed, which is the focal point of the bedroom, on the opposite wall of the entryway. So let's take the bed and place it first. So I'm taking the bed, placing it in the room, and that's a nice area. We're right on the opposite. We're not blocking any views to the windows. We're not blocking access into the closet. So on each side of the bed, I've decided that I want to put a couple of little nightstands. So I've got a couple of little 24 by 24 inch nightstands that I've placed, and those sit nicely on either side of the bed. I still have this space out here to work with, and of course I've got the person. So the person's footprint, we can come in, we've got plenty of room to walk all the way around the bed, so we're good there. Well, we've decided there's a couple things we want to do. We want a chest of drawers, and we want a seating area in the bedroom as well. So let's try this first one. So we've got a nice easy chair, and of course if we have a chair we need a table to place beside it. And we have a chest of drawers. So I've placed those in there. Looks pretty tight to me, so as a person comes in, oh, they're going to have to jump on the couch or jump on the bed to get around. So those really, in the scale of things, way too big. Those are not going to fit. Let's get rid of those. Let's try a smaller side chair, something petite, and set it in that corner with a little 1 foot side table. I can sit it to either side. Let's put it under the window. Now we've got plenty of room for the person to, the footprint, to walk around, get through, have plenty of access. I'm going to take this dresser and I'm going to just scoot it over a little bit and line it up with the bed. Now remember, this is a piece of casegoods, so it has a door and drawers. It has drawers in it. So do we have enough space for the drawers to pull out? Well, we do. Look, it might be a little tighter space for the person to come in, but they can get behind here, quite literally, and use that. It may be a little tight. We might want to look for something a little smaller, but the drawers will function. Oops, grab the drawers. But that actually works in this room. So that's how we start space planning for the bedroom. Now let's look at another room. We're going to look at a living room, and this living space is 15 by 12, still using the Visio product. So in this room we have an open space that goes into another room over here. We have an open space that comes in, and then of course we have 3 windows on this side of the room, and we have 2 windows on this side with a fireplace and a hearth that's 5 by 2. So we want to set up a comfortable conversation area. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move in an area rug just to ground my space. So let's look at some different combinations of furnishings to put in here to make a conversation area. First thing I want to do, let's bring in a sofa. Make sure we set it on the rug. And since the fireplace is going to be our focal point of the room, we want to face the fireplace. With the fireplace, and I want to set a coffee table in front of my sofa. Well, that seems to be working well, so let's bring in a couple side chairs and see how that works out. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Looking a little sparse in here though, but this is a nice seating arrangement. If we don't put anything else in the room, we've got plenty of space for the person. Remember, we've got to have that footprint to be able to walk through here, through the other area. Maybe a little tight to get in through here, so if it is, let's move this furniture back far enough that we can get the person. Oh yeah, that looks pretty good. Everybody can walk in, have a seat, and nobody's banging their knees. It still looks a little sparse in here, so let's bring in some other furniture. Now, because of the height of the fireplace across the room here, because we've got a hearth that goes up, I want to balance the room on the other position, or on the other side of the wall, with a bookshelf. So I'm going to put a nice tall bookshelf on this side to start to give the room balance for these two pieces. Can my person still walk through here? It's a little tight, but I mean they can get through all right. We can work that. So that's one configuration that we can do with the room. Now what if I want to add additional seating over here? I could add another little side chair. So if we have somebody reading, or of course anytime I set a chair, I want to set a landing beside it. Remember that we want to be able to set our coffee cup down. Can we still walk through? Yeah, that still works. So that's one configuration we can do for this room that works well. And I love plants, so I'm going to throw in a few plants just to make it spiffy. Oh, it looks a little more homey. I'll throw one here on the coffee table as well. This works. So if that works, let's see if we have another configuration that works too. If we don't like this one, let's pull the furniture back out. So rather than this configuration, let's turn the coffee table in the other direction. Let's see if we can get this to work. Let me put up. My little plant doesn't want to move there. There we go. Put it in the middle of the coffee table. So rather than 2 chairs and a sofa, let's try 2 love seats and put those in there. Does that work? Yeah, our person can still come in, have a seat. We're have a nice conversation area. We can still flow through this area. So that's another configuration that we can do in this room. Do I have space to put another chair in here? Might. Let's see, and it would have to be a small one. We couldn't put a big one in here. Well, we do have space for that, but what we would have to do is set another, I would set another end table because now it's getting a little crowded. I don't like that. I'm pulling it out. And naturally, that big chair in there, oh, too much. Now we've just got wall-to-wall furniture. So again, just because it fits doesn't mean it's good design. This is good design. I still have the height, matching pieces. I have a nice conversation area. My person can go in and sit on each sides of it. I have a nice area over here if they want to sit and read. So this is another configuration. The one thing that when we're starting out that a lot of designers like to do is start shotgunning furniture around the walls. There's a wall, so we'll put a sofa on it. There's a chair, so we'll put, oh my gosh. So we'll put a chair on it. We might even get real excited and angle the chair in the corner. And then we just start shotgunning everything around the edges. This doesn't work. This is always going to be a pass where I'm going to walk in front of somebody to make the room arrangement work. Pull that furniture off of the walls. If nothing else you get from this course, I want you to pull that furniture off the walls. Don't shotgun it around the edges. Let's get rid of that. So as this comes back in, balance, harmony, unity. We have repetition with the sofas. This plan works.